My name's Trayvon Ely. I went to Boardman High School. I only went to Boardman High School for freshman and sophomore year. Then I went to Mahoning County Career for culinary. I went to MCCTC. My first year, I despised it. I did not like cooking. I don't even know why. At first, I did not know why I went there. I was going to go back to Boardman. My mom convinced me to stay, try it out. So I got in the kitchen more. And then I got a job at the Lake Club. So I was working at the pool, helping those guys out. And I started to like it more once I started doing more hands-on with food. So then from there, I graduated from there and I got a job I was going to go to Aqua Pazzo in Boardman. And Mark Canzonetta, who used to be part owners there, was opening Bistro downtown. So I started at Bistro I was there for 4 years. Year 2.5 years in, I became his kitchen manager. So I did get a little bit of experience under my belt under managing a kitchen, learning how to order, just keep track of employees, scheduling. So I learned a lot with those guys too. And then from there, I decided that I wanted to start a food truck. So my buddy, Anthony Petrovich, his family owns Rides and Games. And my first year at the Career Center, he asked me, did I want to come help him do lemonade trailers, cotton candy trailers. So I started off doing lemonade trailers. And as I'm doing this lemonade trailer, I'm like, lemonade makes crazy money. You'd be surprised how much money you can make just off lemonade. So I sat down, I thought about it, seeing how much money I would need to start a food trailer. So I started looking at prices, and as I'm working with his family, I met people, and I met a great friend of mine now. His name is Mikey Rutana. He owns Rutana's Apple Dumplings. And during the off season, most of these guys, they don't work in the wintertime. They just work full 5-6 months in the summertime, and then they go in the wintertime, they take it off. But Mikey and his dad, they build trailers in the wintertime. That's a little gig in the winter. So I asked Mikey, I said, say, if I buy an empty trailer, would you build it out for me? And he said, sure. We'll see how much it'll cost you. So Seamus Crystal, his dad owns Crystal Catering. I text him, and he does landscaping. And he had an empty trailer, so I went to go look at this trailer. I'm like, this is doable. For a starter, I can get this done. So I bought the trailer off Seamus, and then I met with Mikey. I designed the whole trailer completely empty, so we had to do the floor all the way up. So we started with that. Took about 6 months for that to get done. So I went to Columbus, picked out some fryers, some equipment, brought the equipment back to Youngstown, and we just got to build it in the wintertime. Mikey and his friend basically did the whole thing for me. The menu, basically from working and watching, I watched Guy Fieri and Gordon Ramsay a decent amount. On Food Network, I've seen stuff like Food Truck Wars. I applied. I talked to those guys trying to get into that show for a minute. But I've seen, pretty much cooking, there's really nothing that somebody hasn't created or did somewhere else. I've gotten ideas off of other restaurants, but everybody does that. It's more so who does it the best. I have burgers. I've heard comments like, oh, he took this burger from us, but it's not a matter of did he take this burger, it's a matter of is he doing this burger better than us? Because everybody on 224 has a burger basically. For me, so I'll tell you what I have on the menu. I have a Beyond Burger, which is a vegan burger. I draw a vegan crowd with that. And then I call it an OG burger. It's just a beef patty, lettuce, tomato, onion. We have a bacon burger, same thing, lettuce, tomato, onion with bacon and barbecue. And then I have a chicken and waffle sandwich, chicken sandwich with pimento cheese and honey spread, lettuce, tomato, onion as well. Then I have a jalapeno cheddar grilled cheese. So I buy this jalapeno cheddar loaf from Bread Chef in Boardman, and I put American and that's it on it, and I sell it $7. And then I have waffle fries and loaded waffle fries with bacon, queso, and scallions. My favorite one would probably be the chicken Sammy. I sell a lot of because it's unique. You really don't see honey on chicken, but once you taste it, it blends well with the cheese spread. I did my grand opening with Milena from WFMJ at Still Valley Brewworks with Josh Langenheim. I did 2 weekends there. I started, and then I went out to East Liverpool at the Pottery Fest. That was my first festival, so I didn't know what to expect going into this first festival. Like, that was huge for me because like I went from going to a pop-up spot in Boardman to a 4-day festival. I did really good there, so I started to get a feel for how much I needed to buy, because my first festival I ran out of food probably an hour before the festival was over. So I'm like, okay, this is going to be a hit. Like, people like your food, like, you need to stock up on it. So then I went to Springfield Lake in Akron. We've been to Columbiana County Fair. We've been to Birdfish. Canfield Fair I'm trying to get into for next year, so that's going to be huge for me if I can get that. So the list goes, they own rides. So a lot of the fairs and fests, because most people, they start a food trailer and they have to go set up anywhere on a corner, and that's how they start. Well, I was a little bit fortunate because they already have a preset route. So I'm thankful for them, because a lot of these fairs and fests I kind of just booked on with them, and then I just pay them rent, and then that's pretty much it. But like I said, most people that start off, like, they have to work their way into these fairs and fests. So that was huge for me. I've been to Sharon Waterfire, which is really good. Sharon, I've been to PA2 in New Galley. So I'm licensed in Ohio and in PA. I just recently went to White House Fruit Farm, 3 days. I never knew how busy the place was. Very, very busy. They're great people over there. If you have not been there, you should go check it out. I don't get my full schedule until January when we get the route of festivals and fairs, but right now I can tell you I have Birdfish. I'm going to start there in April. Zesty Burger used to be there every other Wednesday. They're going to be opening a brick and mortar in Columbiana, so I'm going to take over for them every other Wednesday from April all the way to October. So I have that booked. Columbiana County I booked again. I'm working on some more local things, because my first year I wasn't too much local. I was more out of town, going to different places, just filling it out, getting different opinions. But I want to do more local. So I'm trying to get into like the Louisville Fest, Mount Carmel, Trumbull County Fair, Canfield Fair. Just do more stuff from where I'm from rather than going other places. Don't get me wrong, the other places have supported me really well, but the hometown is always where you got to remember where you came from. Come support. I mean, we have great food. If you haven't tried Trey's Gourmet, you got to come down. I have one week left, but I'm looking forward to next year. We're very excited on keep branding it. So the whole brand is Trey's Gourmet. Eventually I want to do, so it's Trey's Gourmet Sandwiches right now. I want 2 more. I want to do Trey's Gourmet Butter Cakes. I don't know if you've ever been to Aquapazza or Bistro, but they have a butter cake. So I want to bring that to the festival and fair world rather than a dine-in fancy restaurant, because I think that would be huge if you can go to a festival and get a butter cake. The third one is Trey's Gourmet Walking Tacos and Nachos. So I want to play with a little bit of a Mexican cuisine. Nothing too crazy, just simple. Like, I've learned people like simple food. So it's like if I take a bag of Doritos and they get the option of chicken or beef, people are going to buy it. Once you start doing little crazy things, people are more hesitant on trying it. So I want to just invite everybody to come try it, because it's a great thing for sure. You can follow us on Instagram at Trey's Gourmet, Facebook Trey's Gourmet Sandwiches, and then or you can email me at treysgourmetsandwiches@gmail.com, and then the phone number is 330-207-3187. And we book parties, whatever you need, we consider it, and then we look at it, write it down, and see if it's worth it. For the most part, everybody's been very reasonable and very supportive.